I'm so glad Depends has decided to sponsor my sermons on the internet. Okay. Oh my gosh. I've gone my whole life without that joke. Now the material, the fodder is limitless. Limitless. Next week I'll actually have like products like around me, like, you know, product endorsement place, you know. So anyways, run to the sanctuary, run to the scriptures, run to the people of God that are doing what the people of God should be doing when you feel deserted and left home alone and 16 candled and breakfast clubbed and some kind of wonderful and pretty and pinked, and don't settle for Ducky. Wait a minute, Ducky was better than Blaine. I swear he was, and he looked just like me. So run to the sanctuary. And I could just end it because that really is all that needed to be said. I could have said that 20 minutes ago. But the problem with people, other than me, of course, but everyone else, including the people in TV land, the problem with people is they agree with something, but they forget to agree to apply it. And then they forget to apply it. So when it happens, because it will happen, someone will disappoint you, someone will leave you behind, someone will fail you, someone will forget some major accomplishment or diminish some major accomplishment or diminish some minor accomplishment. Someone will do something. It's a fact. It's a fact. A young man who friended me on Facebook is in Germany, and we don't have any mutual friends. So I didn't accept him as a friend right away because I figured he was a fake. And I wrote him and I said, "How do you know me?" And he wrote back and he said, "I'm a musician in Germany and I found you through CD Baby and just through random searches and stuff, and I've been listening and downloading your music for a while. And I think you're fantastic. And I was wondering if you'd listen to a new song that I started and tell me if you think I should pursue my passion or listen to what everyone around me is saying that I suck." And he sent me a little excerpt through that thing on Facebook you do with your voice. He sent me like 15 seconds of a song. And I instead of writing back saying, "Artists who write their own songs can't listen to your uncopyrighted song. We just can't do it." And it would take an hour to explain to him on Facebook message why we can't do it. But the short version is because someone can turn around and say we stole their idea. And because it's hard to prove what you actually listen to, they say this, and you can spend so much money fighting something like that, it's easier to pay them something just to put an end to it. And because people know that scam and people do that scam, the universal rule is you can't hand me a cassette of your stuff. That's not, well, it's supposed to be published. It's supposed to be registered with a publisher to make sure that doesn't happen. But you can't send me like the new song you wrote on the internet if I don't know you and have me sit and listen to it. You can't do that, unfortunately. But instead of doing all that, I said to him, I said, "Who cares what I think? Who cares what anybody thinks? You know what matters? What matters is the joy and passion in your heart. Do not listen to anyone. If I tell you you're great, ignore me. If I tell you you suck, ignore me." I go, it doesn't matter. If you love it and you want to do it and it's in your heart, you just pursue this and you kick some ass. Because I know you're great and I know you're going to do great. But you can't do great without trying and trying and trying and trying and trying. And you wrote back, you little piece of shit, you're not going to listen to my song. No, I'm kidding. and he wrote back and he goes, he said I was very kind and nobody's ever talked to me like that. And I go, well, no one's going to talk to you like that. That's the problem. That's why as an artist, you have to not care what people think if it's that important for you to do it. You can learn from your mistakes and get kind of a consensus of what people think of what you do, but you can't go by it because everybody is negative. Everybody has their own problems and agendas that they don't even know about. I said, so you go finish your song, you go make it great, you copyright it and send it back, and you just pursue this. I mean, you just don't tell a kid anything other than you're great, but if you tell them they're great and they suck, that's not really helping either. So you need to tell them, just do it. You're great for doing it. You're great for doing it. And so then I said, but have a great Christmas. And then he wrote back, this really happened. He goes, I unfortunately am not going to have a great Christmas. Actually, it's going to be very sad. I was like, Sean, are you pretending to be the fake German guy again? And I'm like, oh my gosh. And he said, I have no friends to hang out with. They're all busy with their family and I don't have family and no one's invited me or included me in anything. I'm going to be home alone and sad on Christmas. I know you're all waiting for the punch, like me to say something funny. I sent it to him. I sent it to him. I wrote him, I said, then you stay home and you channel your miserable day into songwriting. Here's what I did when it happened to me. And I sent him Sad Christmas, and I mean, my gosh, he just kept writing back. He goes, my gosh, that song has consumed my heart, it's consumed my brain, I'm crying my eyes out. And I was like, I'm going to bed, have a miserable Christmas, and write a great song. Don't ask anyone's opinion about it, write another one. And I thought, he's being left home alone. Here we go. This happened last night. This conversation happened last night. This is what happens to people. They go along with their lives, they think everything's fine, then one day they wake up and everyone has forgotten their birthday, everyone is, left town without them, the better looking guy, came along and got the girl, whatever it is, it happens over and over and over again. We need to learn how to have a knee-jerk reaction to not get mad, not argue, not send nasty emails, well, as many, and we need to have a knee-jerk reaction of turning to God, going to the sanctuary, getting in the scriptures, and wowing people with our authority over the awfulness in our lives. We have to be those people because we're trying to grow up to be like Jesus, and Jesus was that guy. Even when he was 12, he was like that. That he saw the situation, he knew how to take care of himself, he knew where he needed to be, he knew where to turn, he knew to go to the sanctuary, he knew to crack open the scriptures, he knew to take authority. And all the imbeciles around him were impressed. And you know why they were impressed? This is what's so cool. The reason they were impressed is because they weren't as good at it. They didn't understand the spiritual concept of turning to God when you had a problem. They didn't do that when they were that age. If they did it when they were that age, they would have been like me. They would have gone, oh look, someone who's just like me. They're going to do great things. Good, good, good. And I would walk up and say, good job, kid. I had it together at 12 too. You know what I'm saying? But everyone else was like, oh my gosh, you're so mature for your age. And I'm like, aren't you saying that you're really immature by saying that? Isn't that what that means when people say that to me? Guys, wise beyond your years. Really? What are you then? That's what I've always thought that when people say stuff like that. I'm always like, I think they're admitting to being, well, I said, imbeciles. You know, not as smart, not as responsible, not as clever, not as resourceful, not as fabulous, you know. Interesting. And for some reason, it's okay when you're Jesus to talk like that, but when you're Paisley, it sounds a little bit over the top and arrogant. But I don't care, because we are here to inspire others to be better than what they are. And sometimes that means we are better at it than they are. And it's okay to once in a while say, you know, I'm a little better at this than you. Follow me into the sanctuary. Let's go to the sanctuary when it gets bad. Let's turn to the Lord when something bad happens. Let's stop and pray. Let's try it. Let's apply a scripture to the moment. If we can't, let's find a scripture for the moment. Google great scripture to meditate on when I get a flat tire, and you will find something. You will find something. But if you Google great scripture to use in an Italian restaurant, the entire book of Malachi comes up. Get it? Old Testament joke. All right, go to the sanctuary, turn to the scriptures, take power and authority over your situation, impress your friends, and never, ever, ever, ever be left home alone again. Merry Christmas. I'm done. Turn that off. Oh my gosh. God, thank you so much.